How are we doing, lads? This is going to be a video for the Cannoning for Noob series. I just want to very quickly cover how to build a mob grinder as the new complex season starts. So we'll just get cracking straight into it. So this is going to be a 2x2 chunk grinder, probably for more expensive mobs like iron golems and creepers, evokers, stuff like that, where you want to maximize efficiency for it. So we'll just set up a very quick outline. So this will be the walls. So if we get obsidian, just go set obsidian. Right, so that'll be your walls there. And we'll just try and build inside this area. So there's sort of two main parts for your mob grinder. You've got where your mobs spawn and of course your collection chests at the bottom. So we'll allocate a bit of space here for the collection chests. We won't do these right away. And we'll just build up so we can start on the actual grinding floor, the actual killing floor, whatever you want to call it. We'll just go out oops, I just reloaded my texture packs, I think. Yeah, nice. that was very helpful. Up one, and we'll just go set obsidian. Now hopefully I got that right. It does do well now. Okay, sweet. So up at the very top here, this is all within this wall, by the way. Up at the very top here, this is where you are going to actually be killing your mobs. So, again, we'll leave probably a 15-20 block gap or something. Of course, it can be less or more depending on your spawner needs, bigger or smaller. Doesn't really matter. But for the most part, this is just going to be the height that I'm going to do it at. I'm just going to turn off my borders again. Yes, this is one outside the border. Perfect. So up here, this is generally going to be your base roof. So the higher your spawners are up in the air, the larger cannons people are going to need to raid them, basically. So you want to build this as close to sky limit as you can. And I think it needs to go a bit more out this way. 1, 2, 3, something like that. That looks like it needs to go another block over, to be honest. Set cobblestone. Oops. $10.24, that seems about right. So yeah, perfect. So this is going to be our base roof here. This is going to be where we spawn our mobs and kill our mobs here. And at the very bottom down there, that's going to be our collection. So we'll just get into the spawner setup for it. So generally you would just want your stuff, I think the golden sort of ratio is sort of like 3 blocks away from the walls and shit. So you can see there, if that's our wall there, we want to start our grinders sort of off here. And on complex you will need to do this out of cobblestone as well. So if we have cobblestone there, you need 3 blocks because you can't have spawners placed within 3 blocks of obsidian. And now what you can do is, I'm just going to get diamond blocks. We're going to say these are our spawners. So then you'll sort of start stacking your spawners like that. You'll do maybe 5 down or something. You can do 1 down as well if you want to increase surface area, and actually, I'm not sure how much that's going to help. But basically from that point on there, you just want to do pillars of 3. Just like that. And so when you are having a person AFK your mobs, you'll just have them AFK close to the middle as possible. I think 2 chunks is basically perfect because you can just reach the outer spawners if you are AFK in the middle. So this will be our spawners here, and we're going to be dropping them into something called a water tray. So basically what that water tray is going to be doing is that's going to be filtering all the mobs to one point where you can more easily just kill them all. So if we go stack 4 up, I'm just going to put some basic walls up, just so it's a little bit nicer for me to actually build this and not have the water flow everywhere. So we'll build all of that up a little bit. Okay, so at this point here, we're just going to designate this point here as where we are going to be dropping our items down. So it's fairly common to use fence gates or fences or I think iron bars. We'll go with iron bars here. And the reason why you use iron bars is because mobs cannot be pushed through the iron bars, but items can be. So if we say have our water, so water can flow, I think it's 8 blocks, isn't it? Something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we put some water there, that should flow evenly. And you'll see if we throw an item into the water, say just there. Oh no, damn it. It's got me heartbroken now, eh? I'll just do all this very, very quickly. Again, this sort of depends what mobs you're doing. But yeah, you can see it hits the iron bars and falls down, but an actual mob will not hit those iron bars and fall down. So it sort of depends on what mobs you're doing here for the water trait. If you're doing iron golems, you can like leave like you can just do a layer of like signs or something, because iron blocks are 2 by 2 blocks wide. If you do like a layer of signs and then have water flowing in from this side here, what's going to happen is someone's lagging out the server, probably Park. What's going to happen is your iron golems are going to flow from here to here, and they'll never be in a spot with no water, because they are fat enough to, say, hit water on both sides. However, if you are doing normal mobs, you'll need to do something a little bit different. We'll do this for normal mobs, I guess. It's a bit more annoying doing it for normal mobs, but that's okay. So basically for normal mobs, what we want to do is, you just want to place water along all the top of these diamond blocks here. And what you can do is go, I think it's stack 31 south. That should get us there. Dude, can you stop lagging the server? Man. And what we'll do is we'll just place some diamond blocks. This is just to update this. You don't actually need to do this in game, because when you do place the water, it should be automatically updated. But if we break that all just like that, and then we'll break the bottom layer. So now we've got water that's flowing like like a block above everything. That was a bit too far. Actually, we'll just break that. We got water flowing up above everything now. What we'll do is we'll put one layer of signs there and one layer of signs there. And what we'll do is we'll just continue these signs all the way out. And you'll notice you'll get a air gap. Bottom. Just going to try stacking them. Stack 26 north. Hopefully this works. Didn't update the water. It's a bit annoying. That did though. Oh, it was close. It was close. But now you can see there's sort of like a little air gap here. And basically what you'll do from this point on is you'll sort of just copy this setup, and you'll do this for the length of your little mob killing area. So what we'll do is we'll just copy that. Again, this won't work in game. This is purely just to sort of just to show you. There we go, perfect. So we'll just keep stuttering that along. And of course you'll need one at the very, very end here as well. This one should be easy though, because you can just place it off the wall. Doesn't need to be 2 blocks high either, but we're here now. Anyway, so you can see now that we have a large area here. So any mob that falls into this area, no matter what sort of mob it is, except for like 1x1 block mobs like chickens and like baby zombies and stuff, it will all flow down. So skeletons, normal zombies, iron golems it'll work for, creepers it'll work for, anything like that it's going to work for. So the next thing that we'll do then is you need to sort of be a bit careful about this bit. Because this, if you don't know what you're doing, it can make a bit of a mess. But for here it should be okay. So this is going to be where your lava sits. Your lava's going to want to sit here. You might need it a block higher if you're going to use iron golems. So say for iron golems, they'll actually knock their heads into this very, very top block here. So what you'll do is for say iron golems, you'll actually just raise this up by 1. Yeah, that'll work. So we'll just do this for skeletons, to be honest. Just, yeah, keep in mind for iron golems that you do need to raise it up by 1. So say if we're doing skeletons and we have our lava sitting, so we'll just stack that along. Stack 30 south. Oh, almost. We'll just have our lava here, and we do want blocks above our lava so the mobs don't try and swim up through it. So for example, what we can do is just place blocks up just like that, and that'll work. In some cases, if you have the grinder too close to, say, the edge here, you might get mobs spawning on top of here. So what you can do is move all your spawners either back, or you can actually have water here that will push it off the side, then it'll push it back in. And so at this point here, you've got a nice little chute for you to drop all of your items. So the next part of this build is where it starts to get a little bit finicky and where it starts to get a little bit annoying. Basically, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to come up with a water system to carry your items without dropping too many. Because if you're dropping items, obviously you're going to be making less per hour, and you really don't want that. So what we'll do is have water coming in from that side there. I guess it is quite annoying because another thing you need to worry about is space efficiency as well. So in a situation like this, it's going to be the best way to do this. I might just do 2 like water trays, to be honest. So what I mean by that is we'll just go 8 off the edge here. 8. I think that should work. And then hopefully that goes all the way to the edge, which it does. And then basically what we can do is we can sort of just drop the items in both of those, and we'll just go roughly in the middle here. I kind of want to make this symmetrical. I don't want lava though. So we'll do something like that. Oops. And sign. We can just put a sign there. And basically now what this is going to be doing is it's going to be just channeling all of these items into 2 sort of separate spots. At which point now we can just have the water that flows underneath. And the cool thing about this point here now is we can actually use ice now. You can't really use ice in the top bit because of course like the item's going to be falling in through this entire 32 block stretch here. But you can use ice here now that you've got the water coming out of certain points. So what we'll do is we'll sort of just build this along. And we'll carry this along just like this again. Of course, I don't think there's any way for you to like have these things separate. So basically, once the core of your base gets broken into, you're basically fucked. So don't let that happen. Pretty much. So we'll just put glass in there, and the trick with ice, basically, I think it's 2 bits of packed ice, 1, 2. And then a sign there so it doesn't flow back on itself. And then water, take it all the way along. And what we'll do is we'll just take it all the way to the end. Again, packed ice if you want to make it go further. Right, so now we're going to get to the end here. And this is where our storage system will start. So what we'll do is we will put this here, and where's the wall for our grinder? It's just off the edge there. So this right here, that'll touch the wall. Actually, I'm going to make it a block in because it sort of like lines up with everything else. So we'll do that. And basically at this point here, what you want to do is you need a system to set up so that the blocks go into like almost like a 2-block wide area. So I see a lot of people doing it with chests. I don't think you can do it with iron bars. I think you need like a very, very large block, but not a solid block. So say if we have it here, what we can do from here is, I'm pretty sure if we put a hopper underneath, that will allow it to pick up items. So say if we throw a piece of obsidian in there, I'm not sure if it's going to work on crystal. I don't think it does. That should work though. So if it doesn't work on complex, you might need to do something different. But I'm pretty sure this is how most people do it on complex. They'll like rush into like the side of the block there. But basically now you'll just have this go forwards and backwards in a zigzag pattern with ice in the middle. So say if we keep putting these chests out just like that. At this point here, of course, you need your ice. So what you'll do is you'll put 2 pieces of ice there, and then sign. Put a sign there, and then water, And basically what you need to make sure you do is you need to make sure you push it hard up against this chest here, so it will clip into the sides of those blocks there. Personal preference really to use chests, but I'm pretty sure there's another couple of blocks you can do. But anyway, yeah, what you'll do from this point on is just continue this all the way to the end, in which case you'll just do this thing again. Make sure you push it into the chest, and then just send the items back down. But yeah, that's it. That's pretty simple. And then obviously from this point here, what you'll do is you can just have your actual collection chests just coming in from the side, just like that. So you'll have hoppers probably on the other side too, depending on how you set it up. But yeah, what you'll do is you'll basically have hopper going in there, hopper going in there, and then you need a gap for the player, and then you'll just basically design it around so that you can just fly up and down with your Selmond, or fly left and right, depends again on what you want. But yeah, you'll sort of have a system like this, and then you'll just continuously push the items into it. Another thing you can do is you can have this around the other way. So what I mean by that is you can sort of go just like that. I think this way is a little bit better because it just means like when your items get to the end here, you can just push it just over. So if you're going to do any method, I'd probably do it like that. The other one might save like a block worth of space, but I don't think it's going to be really worth messing around for. But yeah, apart from that, that should be sort of this video done here. So hopefully at this point everyone knows how to build their own grinder, and they know not how to have random items stock up. I'm pretty sure if you drop an item anywhere along this sort of kill chamber here, you do need to remember just to raise this up by 1 as well, and we'll just make that known for iron golems. I do that for iron golems, but the rest of the mobs just have it like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me on Discord or just ask in the comments. And apart from that, I'll catch you all in the next video. So have a good day wherever you are.